Good morning, Westview.
Welcome back
to the Wildcat News.
Hi, Wildcats. This is Josh Yoder. I'm a social studies teacher at Westview. I've just been asked to share what I've been doing over the last 6 weeks to keep the time interesting and any advice I have for people trying to manage this pandemic time period. So my partner is still working. She's a pharmacist, and that means that I'm basically full-time dad. I've got 2 daughters who are in elementary school. So a lot of the time that I've been spending over the last 6 weeks or so has just been trying to make things as smooth as possible for them. We try to make the time that we have that's inside when the weather's bad or it's rainy as best as possible. We've taken part in the Getty Museum did a challenge where they asked people to recreate famous paintings and pieces of art in their home using the products you have at your home. Maybe some of you have seen that on Twitter or Instagram or even TikTok. So we did a couple of versions of that with my daughters, and I'll put them up here. You can see them. One of them is a painting by Frida Kahlo called Me and My Parrots, and the other one is Saturn Devours His Sun by Goya. In terms of advice to get through this crazy time, everyone's in a different position. The only thing I can say is that I am a big fan of every day declaring a victory, whether school was in session or now that it's online. I just try to think of one thing that has been successful or that's been a victory every day. And in some days that's schoolwork that I do or my kids are doing. And some days that's exercise that we manage to do. I've got to admit, some days my victory of the day is like taking a shower or shaving, just something really simple. Keep hanging in there, and please do reach out to your teachers if you have any questions or concerns. You know, we're here. We still want to be here for you. It's tough for us too. I think it's tough for everyone. So give yourself some credit for what you've done so far. Give yourself some forgiveness if you feel like you haven't been productive. Just pick one thing each day and declare victory. Take care, cats.
What's that? Westview, some good news! I have not seen John Krasinski's Some Good News video. Essentially what it is just a news video of all the positive things that are going on in the world that we aren't really recognizing. And I think we honestly need some good positivity right now. So, I'm Kylie Rucker, and I'm going to be writing to you our first ever Westview's Some Good News. First up, we got some chalk art, pictures around here. And it's been really cool because people have been adding to it. I've myself gone around the neighborhood and been like, what? No way. Because I've seen like little kids add cute notes or like, look a tree, just like little funny stuff like that. My second bit of news to you today is that yesterday 69-year-old legend himself, Bob Sterling, aka my uncle, had his birthday yesterday. And so we had 17 cars caravan all the way to his house and honking horns, putting up signs. It's pretty cool. Check it out. And that's everything we got for you guys today. So my job is done. I'm out.
Bye guys, thank you.
Hi cats, Miss Rife here. For those of you that don't know me, I teach mindfulness and Health 1 at Westview. I will be logging on with you all every Friday, giving you some tips, tricks, and exercises that you can start implementing into your daily routine to increase your overall health and well-being. As we move forward into the weeks, many of the exercises that I will be giving you are grounded in mindfulness. And I'll also pull some of my favorite and effective stress management and stress reduction techniques. Okay, let's get started. So the exercise we're gonna focus on today happens to be one of my favorite, and then one that I've been using a ton since I've been home. It's really been beneficial for me. The reason it's one of my favorites is 1, it doesn't take a lot of time. 2, you don't need anything special to do it. It's really simple. And 3, you can start feeling the benefits literally right away. So it's super effective. So the exercise I'm going to be introducing today is a deep breathing exercise. So if you Google deep breathing exercises, you will see there are a ton of different variations. So I encourage you, go explore. Go check out what else is out there. For me, I love this one because it's really simple to remember and really simple to just do at any time. So the exercise we're going to be doing is called the calming breath. Now this breath is really focused on tempo. So we're going to be breathing in for a certain amount of time and breathing out for a certain amount of time. But before I give us the specifics and the details of the breath, I want to talk about why it is so beneficial. So we all have the tool of our breath, and we can tap into that literally at any point of the day. It is so powerful because it taps into our parasympathetic nervous system. Now, this nervous system is responsible for our rest and digest. So the breathing does is it gets us into that state of calm relaxation. Now, on the opposite spectrum of that, when we are experiencing stress, whether it's something that's catastrophic, whether it's just a minor stressor, or whether it's like the daily stressors that keep adding up, that triggers the stress response, right? So I'm sure you've heard of it before, the fight, flight, or freeze. Awesome. The stress response is there for a reason. We have used it to survive as a species. It allows us to get like amped for games, right? Or get focused for a test, or to get like prepared and ready for an interview, like all those good things that we need the stress response for. However, if our stress response is a little bit out of control, or if we're experiencing a lot of stress, our stress hormones can be elevated, and that could have some negative consequences. So the goal of the stress response is to use it when we need it, but then to also use some tools to come back down to normal when we no longer need the stress response. And that's where deep breathing can come in. If we start to feel ourselves stressed, Like say there's so many assignments that are online and we're not sure like where to start, and it just feels a little overwhelming. We can feel that in our body, whether that's an increase in our heart rate, whether that's sweating, whether that's like anger or frustration that you can start feeling. You can use this calming breath to kind of bring you back down to a more normal state, because that's where we want to be majority of the time, right? Is in that rest and digest state. So that's why deep breathing is so awesome. Super easy and can bring us back into the parasympathetic nervous system state of rest and digest. So let's get started. So this calming breath, what you're going to do is you are going to inhale for a count of 4. Then you're going to pause at the top and then exhale for a count of 6. Now, I don't have any specific number of how many times you have to do it. Like for me, sometimes I'll just cycle through once if I'm like just need a quick deep breath. I cycle through this probably 4 to 5 times each night before I go to bed, because it really just helps me get into that bedtime routine, and I can just feel my body immediately relax while I'm lying down, which feels amazing, and it helps me kind of tap into that deeper quality of sleep, which I've been focusing on since I've been home. So you're going to inhale for 4, pause, and exhale for 6. Another component that you can add to the calming breath, which I really like, and I like to visualize this as well, is when I'm inhaling, I want to inhale peace or inhale calm. So you can think of a key word or a powerful word that makes you feel like relaxed. So for me, I like calm or like zen, or like whatever works for you. And then when you're exhaling, I want you to think about exhaling like tension, or exhaling stress, or exhaling negativity, okay, whatever that is. And what I would like us to do is cycle through 3 times. I will count us through, and that will conclude our first mindful and wellness exercise that we will do. So here we go. Before we start, you don't need to be in any fancy position or anything like that. Literally, I do this when I am either in between shooting off emails, or if I am in between watching shows. So if I'm sitting, that's fine. And then like I said earlier, I do it right before bed, so I'm lying down. Any position or posture is totally acceptable. Just be comfortable. Okay, but here we go. So we're gonna inhale for a count of 4. So inhale, 4, pause at the top for 1 second, and we're gonna exhale for 6. You wanna think about your lungs filling up with all that air, your chest opening up as you inhale, and then as you exhale, push it all out. You don't want any air left in the system. So let's go for another round. Here we go, we're inhaling calm for 4. And we're pausing, and we're exhaling all the air and all the negativity. Good, here we go. Inhaling calm for 4. Chest is open. We pause, and we're exhaling for 6. Good, we'll go one more time. We're inhaling for 4, all the calm. And we're exhaling all the negativity or tension for 6. Awesome. Like I said before, it doesn't matter how many times you cycle through that breath. I hope, like I'm feeling right now, you can feel maybe a little less tension in your shoulders, anything like that. But I challenge you all, try this at any time during your day. When you think about it or remember, you can do it as many times. Yeah. All right, you all, that's it for today. I look forward to seeing you all next week with another exercise for you to increase your overall health and wellness. Have a good week, cats. Take care.